Owen Abbas saying here from FightHype.com. Jamie, we're back. We got interrupted, the press conference started, but talking about that, Martin Murray had a little bit of a go at Frank Warren. What did you make of that?
Yeah, he obviously upset him because he was sort of looking to the next fight, and I understand that from a fighter's point of view, but I also understand it from a promoter's point of view. They have to make plans for the future, and Billy Joe's been looking for that Golovkin fight for a while, so it was obvious that they have to talk about that, and obviously the Canelo situation where everyone's, rightly so, giving him a lot of stick for taking drugs and failing the drug test. So it was always going to come up because of the same weight division, but Martin didn't take too kindly to it.
Obviously, I want to talk about the whole Canelo situation. It was talked about up there quite a lot, but what's your sort of perspective on it? 6-month ban, we know he failed 2 drug tests. What's your sort of perspective on the whole situation?
Well, where's the deterrent there? Like Martin said, 6 months is pathetic. The fighters like him will regularly fight every 6 months. So all that says is, if you fight, fail a test, and then by the time you would have fought anyway, you're back to fight. So it's ridiculous. There's no deterrent, and I think a 2-year ban minimum it should be for first case drugs fail, and then if you fail again, a lifetime ban. That's my take on it. I don't think there should be any excuses in the sense of Mexican meat and stuff like that. I think when I look at that whole situation, I look at it and I think it was well planned. He moved his training camp back to Mexico, coincidentally, and it's Clenbuterol apparently is a masking agent for other performance-enhancing drugs. So you can say people are paranoid or giving the benefit of the doubt, but I'm not having it. Physically, everyone was talking about before, and anyway, there's been a lot of rumours going about. I heard rumours about him being on stuff last year, and then. Funny little scenario actually, when Carl Frampton's opponent came over last time and Canelo turned up, and I said, here we go, and then he stood on the scales and he was absolutely massive. So without trying to make accusations, I'm not sold on the fact that they're all clean, and I think it's ridiculous. I think this sport's dangerous enough as it is. We all know the dangers, so let's not sort of try and make out like we're all victims. We all know the dangers of it, but at the end of the day, that is making it so much more dangerous. And I feel like a 2-year ban minimum and then a lifetime ban for the second fail is a must, and it's got to be brought in soon.
I was watching something yesterday from Tony Bellew. I just want to get your perspective on it because you're obviously a former fighter as well. He said this 48 world champion, and he says that he predicts that 30 or probably on drugs. That's what he's saying. He goes, out of 40, I predict that, but at least 30 of them are on drugs. Have you seen stuff in the past where, you've seen maybe people taking peds or doing stuff?
I've never come across it in my life, I've got to be honest with you, but I've heard rumours about fighters from America saying that it's rife in gyms and stuff, or English fighters who've been over there and they've heard whispers in gyms and stuff. So, again, I don't want to start throwing accusations around, but if that is the case, then something needs to be done, and something needs to be done quickly. I think more stringent testing needs to be brought in. I know it's a financial issue, but nevertheless, as I said, lives are at stake, so the financial implications of stricter testing shouldn't be even questioned. The way the sport's going at the minute, it's absolutely flying. There's plenty of money around. Let's get these drug testing procedures done properly.
I want to ask you, did you catch up with any of the boxing in America this weekend?
I haven't yet. I've only just caught up on my sleep because we was up to the early hours partying after Carl's fight, so I've not caught up on any yet. No.
Fair enough. I'll leave that alone.
That LeBron fight was a belter though.
Yeah, no, it was quite close actually. It was very close, to be honest. But I was going to ask you about somebody like Gervonta Davis. Have you seen much of Gervonta Davis in the past?
I have seen him. Yeah, he's a very good fighter, but he seems like the type of fighter who's going to be his own worst enemy. I think he could implode. He's that sort of fighter. People like him who have that tendency to sort of self-destruct need good people around him. So I hope he's got a good team around him because you know, there's been a lot of fighters over the years who the talent's gone to waste because of that reason, and I'd just like to see people do well, and you know, boxing in general is littered with stories of people who've come from bad, you know, tough upbringings and backgrounds, and it's a sort of fairy tale story. And I'd hope for someone like him where they can use boxing as a tool to change their life, and then maybe he can go on and help others. So you know, I hope for him he can keep on the straight and narrow, but he does have a tendency to sort of blow off.
Also on that card was Jamal Charlo. He's moved up to 160, so he's in that division with sort of this, obviously Billy Joe or Mark Murray, and he looked very impressive on the night. I think it was a second or third round stoppage. Have you kept up to date with Charlo brothers and what they're doing in world boxing? I
have, to be honest, and I did see the Charlo finish. It was a terrific punch to finish it, and he looks a dangerous fighter. And to be honest, those sort of fighters coming through, when I'm looking at it from Martin Murray's point of view, you know, they're tough night's work for anyone. Them young up and coming fighters. So the way I look at it is, you know, Martin, Billy Joe, Golovkin, they can sort of stay there. Let them younger ones, you know, punch each other to bits first, and let's get a few miles on the clock first.
Fair enough. I just wanted to ask you, obviously you're a pundit as well, so I like to ask trainers, pundits about fights that are coming up. But the one fight that I'm looking forward to myself is Jorge Linares versus Vasily Lomachenko, obviously in May. What do you make of that fight? Who do you see winning that fight?
I think it's a great match-up. I think Linares is probably, you know, seen better days. I think he's past his best a little. But even at his best, I think he'd struggle to beat Lomachenko. Phenomenal fighter. So hard to nail cleanly. He's so unorthodox in his movement, in the way he punches. How do you even get sparring for someone like him? So I think it's a good match-up, but I don't think it'll be close. I think Lomachenko will win quite handily.
Right, Jamie, taking up loads of time, 7 minutes here. I think it took 7 minutes up. Quick one, United reached the FA Cup final. What do you make of Man United season this season?
Talk about ups and downs. We've put some great performances in against the good teams, and then I mean, for instance, the second half against City was unbelievable. But then we go and mess it up against easy teams. So I'm not sold on Mourinho yet, but I'm not sort of dismissing him. I think he needs time. I think by far the best manager we've had since Fergie left, but he's going to take some replacing. So I don't think Mourinho's the one to replace him. I just don't think that he deserves the stick he's getting. He's not as exciting as it should be. He's very tactical, but I think the lads have proven to him that when he lets them off the leash and just play the football that they want to play, especially Pogba. Pogba's the exact sort of player who you should just give him free range in the midfield and let him play the way he wants to play. See, I sound like a football pundit now.
See, you could be working for Sky Sports football soon. That's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to do this for yourself, Jamie.
And get Gary Neville's job.
Finally, message for the fight fans that are going to be tuning in, coming to the arena. What do you want to say to them?
Yeah, enjoy. I'll say enjoy, because I think this fight's going to be a great fight. I hope they've enjoyed the last weekend's victories with Carl and Tommy. I certainly did. And you know, it's going to be a great year. I think the gym's flying at the minute. Me and Nige Travis have got our hands full. We've got 10 pro fighters in a minute, but we're enjoying it, and I think it's going to be a big year.
Jamie, thank you very much for talking to FightHype.com. Appreciate that, man.